It's time for another technical video, and it is specific to this little device that I've already done a review on already, which is called the CronusMAX. Let's zoom in. Come on, there you go. And this device effectively enables you to swap controllers around on various consoles. And like I said, I've already done a video overview review of this product, and I'll put the link of that video down in the description of this video. The reason I'm doing this video is in respect to specifically to do with PlayStation 4. I've had quite a few questions. Something unfortunately the CronusMAX doesn't work very well with is the PlayStation 4 out of the box. All the other consoles, Xbox One, 360, PlayStation 3, you can plug this straight into the console, then effectively plug your other input controller straight into this, and it will do its magic, and it'll just work. PlayStation 4 works slightly differently, and what Sony have done in their absolute infinite wisdom, I don't know why they've done this, although I suspect I know why, is that the controllers, or the PlayStation 4, tries to do a handshake with the controller I think it's every 10 minutes. And if it misses that handshake routine, it cuts off the connection to the controller. So it constantly makes sure that you've got a valid a PlayStation 4 compatible controller permanently connected to the PlayStation 4. But what you can do with the CronusMAX is that you can link it through to your PC, and you can plug a controller into your PC, and you can get it to work through the CronusMAX with your console, and it will work flawlessly with the PlayStation 4. Now what that does mean is that you have to have somewhere in the chain, you have to have a PC or a laptop connected, so it's not going to be ideal for everybody, but it is a way of getting around this issue to do with handshaking and using other controllers. I have a Sega Limburg cabinet, and I've used that extensively from a PlayStation 3 for fighting games. Now of course the PlayStation 4's come out, and there's a few fighting games that are starting to come out for the PlayStation 4. These aren't all of them, but I recently bought Guilty Gear X, and most recently bought Dead or Alive 5 last round. And I really wanted to find a way to basically use my PlayStation 4 in my Sega Limburg cabinet, and I was struggling to do that. Now I've managed to do that with the CronusMAX now. There's a certain driver that's available with the software, the CronusMAX or the CronusMAX Plus, which enables you to do all the connection via a PC, connect the controller to the PC and to the PlayStation 4, and it will work. But of course with an arcade cabinet you haven't really got a controller as such, because it's an arcade cabinet. It's going through a totally different type of process protocol. Now I've been using these devices as well for a number of years, and something that I'd already had installed in my Sega Limburg cabinet is something called a JVS-PAC. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. So it's a little circuit board that will it's got a number of functionalities, but the core functionality that I use it for is that it will accept a JVS standard, which is one of the arcade standards as regards to the wiring setup. It will actually take a JVS input on this. So basically what this box of tricks did for my PlayStation 3 setup is that the main JVS harness, or whatever you want to call it, will connect straight into the JVS-PAC, and it enables me then via the JVS-PAC to access the control panel on the arcade machine. Now, this basically then plugs into the PlayStation 3 if I just look at it from the PlayStation 3 perspective, and it just works because the PlayStation 3 thinks this device here is a PlayStation 3 controller. This is the way that this specific JVS-PAC has been set up to be recognised as a PlayStation 3 controller. So when I plug this into PlayStation 3, it thinks it's got a PlayStation 3 controller connected to it. And then I plug in the JVS Loom, or whatever you want to call it, system of the arcade cab into this, which accesses the control panel, the joystick, and the buttons and everything. So for all intent and purpose, the PlayStation 3 thinks it's connected to a PlayStation 3 controller, when in effect, when all that's rigged up inside my Sega Limburg cabinet, I can control the PlayStation 3 via the control panel on the arcade cab, which is really, really great. I mean, it's a great thing to do. And I've been using this, like I said, for some time. Now, by using the CronusMAX and the software that comes with it, I've now been able to get a PC to see that, the JVS-PAC, as a PlayStation 3 controller, and effectively in turn, with that connected to my arcade cabinet, I can actually now use a control panel on my arcade cabinet to control my PlayStation 4, and that's using the cross-platform type functionality that's on the CronusMAX. So I've got a couple of things going on there as regards to the chain of different devices, and it works really, really well. But it doesn't have to be the arcade cabinet. I could have anything. I could have an Xbox 360 fight stick that's plugged into the PC, and it will work exactly the same. It will go through this into the PlayStation 4. I could have an Xbox One steering wheel. I could have whatever controller I want. I can get it to work effectively with my PC into this PlayStation 4. That's how you use a PlayStation 4 and a CronusMAX if you want to open up other types of input devices. So what I thought I'd do is just quickly show you what I use on the software to enable this to work. And like I said, this is irrelevant as regards to me connecting to an arcade cab. You'd use the same process regardless of what controller you had connected effectively to your PC that you were trying to use on your PlayStation 4. It's the same process. So here we have the main piece of software that comes with the CronusMAX, or that you use with the CronusMAX. You download this off the website, and what we're interested in is the plugins menu. So we click on plugins, and we need to look at X-Aim, and this is the specific plugin that we're going to use for the PlayStation 4 functionality of a controller being attached. So we click on X-Aim, and we get this nice little picture come up of the PlayStation 4 controller by default. I've actually already set this up, but I'll just go back through the motions again. The layout is effectively a list of profiles that you can choose. So you can choose a pre-selected profile that has certain keys mapped to certain things on the controller, or you can create your own profile. It's irrelevant really, and it's not really the important part of this process. So we'll leave it to default, which it was for a 360 Xbox One controller on a PlayStation 4. And you need to go to direct input. So this is where we tell the PC, to our Windows environment, to actually assign and use a controller that we've attached to the PC. And for the purpose of this demo, I've just attached the PlayStation 3 controller. So we click on direct input, and we need to go to DI settings, and it will say there by default, if you haven't done this before, that you've got no game controller selected, but I know that I've actually plugged the game controller in, so we have to go down on here and go down to pick list, and we'll choose the PlayStation 3 controller, and we need to click on OK, and that's enabled direct input then by default because you've selected a controller. And all you need to do then is just enter capture mode. So you press enter capture mode, and basically whatever you do now in your controller, it will pass that control method through the CronusMAX and straight into the PlayStation 4, assuming that's what you've got it connected to. So that is a very brief overview of how you use the software to enable you to use different types of controllers on your PlayStation 4. So just to prove this all working, I've got a Sega Lindbergh cabinet here, as you can see, and I've got my PlayStation 4 connected up to it. You should see that by the control screen here of the PlayStation 4. So I can move across with the joystick on the control panel. So this is all using the CronusMAX, all hooked up via the JVS on the cab into my PC and then into the PlayStation 4, so it's all working. And I can start my game and we'll look at Dead or Alive 5, last round. Brilliant game, looks absolutely awesome, it really does. And this will certainly ensure that I carry on using this cab for PlayStation 4 fighters, and with the release of Street Fighter that's coming out on PlayStation 4, that should be pretty awesome. Skip all that. And as you can see, it just operates as you would expect it to operate if I'd got an official PlayStation 4 fight stick connected. So let's choose a bird, obviously. Some of the costumes on this game are just absolutely unbelievable, they really are. So let's choose that one. Change the hairstyle, stick some glasses on her. I mean this bird's got hardly anything on it. Yeah, it's a bit of a porn fest, I've got to be honest.
Let's get this party started!
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's just... You probably can't see much on the camera because of the viewing angle I got, but I mean, this bird has got hardly anything on. But it works absolutely fine. It's really good. There's no discernible lag that I can feel in the controller. Nope. Pressing the wrong key. Look.
I want your skills. Show me your secrets.
So this is a real good solution, to be honest, for the PlayStation 4 if you don't mind using a PC. And it means you haven't got to worry about buying PlayStation 4 sticks, because you can virtually use anything that's recognised by a PC. And like I said before, this will work absolutely fine if I plugged any type of fight stick into my PC. You can get it to work with the PlayStation 4, which is awesome.
Get ready, fight!
So that is a very quick demo, guys, of the PlayStation 4 all connected to my cab via the CronusMAX and working really well. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll speak to you again soon.